What's up, guide hunters? If you're just starting out in Wonderland Roblox, the game can feel pretty confusing at first. You have Lumins to collect, Zippy to help you find the way, hostile creatures chasing you, a limited amount of time, and only 3 shared lives for the entire team. So today, I'll walk you through the basics and show you exactly what you should focus on when you're starting your first runs. When you enter Wonderland, you will start in the lobby with several roller coasters. Walk up to one of them to begin a game, then you can either wait for friends or other players to join you, or start the run alone. You can play with 1 to 5 players, but if you are completely new, playing with a small team can make things much easier because you have other players around you when something goes wrong. Once the run begins, your main goal is to clear the levels and eventually escape the playground. You will enter different arenas where you need to solve puzzles, navigate through rooms and mazes, collect lumins, and complete other objectives before the timer runs out. The important thing to understand is that Wonderland is not simply about running from enemies. You need to balance exploration, objectives, movement, and survival. The first thing you should learn is how lumins work. These are the small creatures you will find around the levels, and collecting them is one of the most important parts of your run. In the early levels, you will commonly need to collect 4 lumins and bring them to Zippy, the friendly green backpack-like NPC that helps your team find the escape route. When you have the required lumins, take them to Zippy and interact with him. He will then run ahead toward the escape area and mark the route on your team's map. One really important detail is that Zippy does not consume the lumins you give him, so you can continue carrying them for later objectives. Because of this, you should use Zippy as soon as you reach the required amount instead of wandering around without a clear goal. You will also notice that the map becomes much more useful after Zippy reveals the escape route. At that point, your priority should change. Instead of exploring every room and searching for extra items, you should start moving toward the exit and keep enough time for the final interactions you still need to complete. Time management is extremely important in Wonderland. You have a limited timer, and there are several things that can slow you down, including puzzles, exploration, chases, levers, scanners, and movement sections. If you already know where the escape is, there is usually no reason to spend a huge amount of time exploring somewhere else. Getting out safely is more important than collecting everything you see. You also need to pay attention to your team's shared lives. Your team has 3 lives per run, not 3 lives for every individual player. That means every unnecessary death makes the entire run more dangerous. If you lose all 3 lives, the run ends and your team is sent back to the lobby, no matter how many levels you manage to complete. This is why you should avoid taking unnecessary risks. If someone gets knocked out, regroup when possible and think about the safest way forward instead of immediately rushing back into danger. Wonderland becomes much easier when your team stays together and understands when it is time to stop exploring and start escaping. Another mechanic you need to learn early is stamina. Sprinting uses your stamina, and it only comes back while you are walking. This becomes especially important when hostile creatures appear, because you may suddenly need to run away. If you waste all your stamina while simply moving around the map, you might not have enough left when you actually need it. So while you're exploring, don't sprint everywhere just because you can. Save your stamina for dangerous situations and chases. When an enemy appears, having enough stamina available can make the difference between reaching safety and losing another team life. Speaking of enemies, you will encounter hostile creatures while trying to complete your objectives. Some enemies can be fought, while others are designed around chasing you. Fightable enemies include Carney, Maniacal Frog, Gun Owl, and Wonder and Wonder. Chase-focused enemies include Mole, Wormy, and the Final House Chase, where your goal is to escape rather than defeat the creature. When you are being chased, your priority should always be movement and survival. Do not stop to look at the enemy if you already know where you need to go. Keep your camera focused on the path ahead, because missing a jump obstacle or turn can be much more dangerous than simply losing sight of the creature behind you. The game also teaches you several movement mechanics that become important later. During the entrance tutorial, you will learn things such as crouching, wall jumps, sliding, and jumping. Take your time with this section, because learning these movements early can make later chase sequences much easier to handle. One of the first major challenges is the level 4 chase. During this section, you need to pull the levers quickly and efficiently, but there is an important trap that catches new players. The last door is not the way out. Instead, you need to jump into the hole in the center of the room to escape. Once you understand that, the section becomes much less confusing. The important thing is to keep moving, manage your stamina, and pay attention to the route instead of panicking when the chase begins. If you make a mistake, recover immediately and focus on the next obstacle instead of turning around to watch the creature. You will also earn tickets as you make progress and complete puzzles. These can be used in the Run Wonder shop to buy useful equipment. The available items include a map, which helps with navigation, a stopwatch, which helps you track special events, a hammer, which can help against certain creatures, and a minigun, which can stun creatures from a distance. You should not treat these items as something you need to use constantly. Think about what your team actually needs at that moment. A navigation tool can be useful when finding your way around the park, while defensive equipment can become more valuable when you are dealing with dangerous creatures. The minigun can help with distant enemies, but it also has a downside because using it can reveal your location to other dangers. There are also gems in Wonderland, which are different from tickets. Gems are a lobby currency, so you will not simply collect them during your run in the same way as tickets. Before starting, you should check the shop and redeem the current code if you have one available. For example, the supplied information lists Release 26 as an active code that gives 100 gems. Now let's talk about the best way to approach your first run. Start by getting your lobby preparations out of the way, then enter with a team that you are comfortable playing with. Once you are inside, focus on the current objective, collect the required Lumins, bring them to Zippy, and pay attention to the route he reveals. During the search phase, you can explore and collect useful items as long as you are not putting the team in unnecessary danger. But once the escape route is revealed, switch into escape mode. Regroup with your team, check the map, save your stamina, and take the safest route toward the exit. One of the biggest mistakes beginners make is continuing to explore after they already know where they need to go. You might find another Lumin or another item, but if that extra exploration costs too much time or another life, it is not worth it. Wonderland rewards players who know when to stop searching and start escaping. You should also avoid following a single route, as if every run is going to be identical. Wonderland includes randomized elements, so rooms and routes can change between runs. Instead of trying to memorize one exact path, learn the objectives and understand the general gameplay loop. Find the Lumins, use Zippy, follow the revealed route, complete the level's specific objective, and get to the cart. As you progress through the levels, you will encounter more dangerous situations, but the basic strategy stays the same. Search efficiently, keep track of the timer, protect your shared lives, manage your stamina, and regroup before important escape sections. Once you understand those fundamentals, the game becomes much easier to read. And when you eventually reach Wonderland Wander, remember that this is a boss encounter where the twins share a single health bar. Wonder should be attacked while she is dancing on the left plate, while Wander should be attacked while he is dancing on the right. Their attack patterns switch every 10 seconds, so your team needs to pay attention and alternate between the two sides. Finally, remember that your goal as a beginner is not to play perfectly. Your first few runs are about learning how the game works. Practice the movement mechanics, learn how Lumins and Zippy work, understand when to explore and when to escape, and pay attention to what causes your team to lose lives. Once you stop wasting stamina, stop taking unnecessary risks, and start following Zippy. As soon as you have enough Lumins, you will already have a much better understanding of Wonderland. And when you reach the harder chases and boss encounters, those basic habits will help you survive much longer. If you found this Wonderland beginner guide helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more Roblox guides. Good luck with your next run, and I'll see you in the next one.